Hey, what's up, everybody? I just wanted to make myself a short, quick, hopefully not long video, um, and get it out there before I start getting mentally, spiritually, and physically prepared for court tomorrow. So, I wanted to really quick talk about alchemy, because alchemy is something I keep mentioning, and it's kind of vague to some people. Some people actually know what's up with it, and I've learned a lot from other people about it. And I've always kind of been a natural alchemist, like, in my life. And if you are a survivor, like if you're put through survival mode a lot in your life, then you probably are too. And if you're an empath, you're probably an alchemist. But alchemy, as most people know about it, is the ancient practice of turning lead into gold. And that's the way that most people see it. Most people see it literally. But in that parable, or in the words turning lead into gold, is the lesson in itself, all of it. So if you wanted to turn lead into gold in the alchemy sense, then you are turning a lower vibrational energy into a higher vibrational energy. So you're turning stress into motivation, anger into passion, lust into love. That is turning lead into gold. But alchemy is way deeper than that, and it's a lot more complex. So those are probably some of the most important ways to look at alchemy, right? But like I said, the teaching is right in the saying. So most people literally look at alchemy as turning lead into gold. They look at it very literally, which we were living in a time of the rational man. And if you know anything about the Renaissance and all of that stuff, then you would know what I'm saying. But if you alchemize that teaching into a metaphorical teaching, then it gives you the answer, right? Turning a lower vibrational, a less valuable substance into a more valuable substance. So turning lead into gold. But you are also alchemizing the metaphorical teaching. So if I read a book that's full of parables and full of lessons that are designed to be alchemized, and I read it literally, then I'm going to miss a lot of the teachings. I might get a lot from the book. I might get a lot from the teachings. But if you don't use those tools to alchemize the teachings, then you're going to miss the point. You're going to miss the actual encoded secrets and the teaching. And this is how I look at the Bible. This is how I look at scriptures most of the time, depending on when they were written and if they correlate with historical facts. Some of the Bible correlates with actual historical facts. A lot of it does. And I believe a lot of it literally. But I believe that those stories were mentioned, even if they were literal stories. They were stories that humans realized that if you alchemize this, if you alchemize that experience that these people had, then you could use that energy in various ways in your life and project that into your existence. So I could watch Forrest Gump. And I could alchemize that teaching or that story into my life and carry that energy with me into my future in a lot of different ways. So alchemy is happening inside of you. It's using your tools that are inside of your brain to alchemize or analyze and transmute experiences and energies into another form of expression. And I think our schools should teach this. I think this is the kind of stuff that should be in our education system by now. I mean, humanity has existed for thousands of years, people. Come on. I mean, and the fact that it's not says something, right? But alchemy is super cool to me. It's super interesting. And if you take some time to practice, it starts making life super interesting. And you actually can see secrets in where other writers and authors and movie directors that know alchemy, you can find secrets and things in their stories that, most people don't see. So it's a really cool teaching. And I think it's really important for young people, right? Obviously, I'm not a female, so I'm not trying to relate to younger females. I do have little girls, and I have little sisters, so I, in some fashion, can relate. But as a young man, I know that when you're going through puberty and you're going through your younger years, there's a lot going on emotionally, and in your hormones. But if you learn the teaching of alchemy, and that the feeling of anger is not bad. I'm not bad because I feel angry, right? But you alchemize that, and you learn to channel or transmute that energy into passion or into anything else. And this is what leads you to meditation. So meditation and contemplation, which go hand in hand sometimes. Meditation, sometimes you want to leave the mind and let your spirit inside of you transmute what's happening inside of you. Contemplation is dissecting and analyzing the information that's inside of you, right? And this is the temple. You are the temple. The mind is the temple. That's where you go to contemplate. Meditation is more so going into the heart space and letting spirit transmute the energy that you're experiencing. And I wholeheartedly believe that if humanity embraced these teachings, alchemy, meditation, and contemplation, we would have a lot less outbursts. We would have a lot less violence, I think we would have a lot less mental illness, because I believe that a lot of mental illnesses, not all, are, happening within the body due to the lack of self-control, the lack of knowledge. And they call it chemical, it is, and I said I wasn't going to make this long, but here we go. I'm getting ready to end it, okay? But we know that a lot of mental illness comes from a chemical imbalance in the body. What most people don't know is that we have control of that. We do. You have to take the time and the effort to teach your children, and you have to take the time and effort to learn. Now, that doesn't mean generations before us are bad or they're lazy or any of that. They had a lack of knowledge. They had a lack of teaching themselves. So you don't damn them. You don't, hold grudges on your parents if these things didn't trickle down, the family line. These are just things that were stolen from humanity. So, alchemy, contemplation, meditation can change your whole life. Shut your television off, and you go through a hard experience. Girlfriend breaks up with you, get in a fight, whatever. Go alchemize it. A lot of people do. They go in the woods, they go hunting, they go doing this, that. That's basically the same thing to an extent. But when you do it with intention, Your body and your mind begins to master that practice, and it's incredible what the human can do when they begin to master those things, like, truly. So, love y'all. Peace out. And if you pray, please pray for me and my kids. And just, I try not to talk about that stuff a whole lot publicly, but if you know, you know. And when I ask for prayers, I ask that people pray for my daughter's best interests. Not everybody knows me. Not everybody knows if I'm what's best for them. I've been through a lot. And I will say I am a good father. I am a good father. But you don't know that. So I'm asking people to pray for their best interest. And when you pray, pray as if it's been done. Use your whole mind, body, and spirit. Imagine it's already been done, and thank God for it. And if anybody ever wants to pray, reach out to me. Anybody wants to get together on that, reach out to me. Or if you ever want somebody to pray for you, reach out to me. Much love, y'all. Talk to you soon.